All right, deep divers, get ready, because today we're taking Stairway to Heaven to a whole new level. We're not just talking music, oh no. We're going mystical with it, folks. Our source, an article that connects this iconic Led Zeppelin song to, wait for it, the Messianic age.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique perspective for sure. It ties Stairway to Heaven to, believe it or not, the teachings of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. You know, back in '92, he made this huge proclamation. Said we'd entered the era of Yemot HaMashiach, basically the Messianic times.
Okay, gotta be honest, Jewish mysticism, it's not really my my area of expertise. So for those of us who haven't exactly, spent years studying Kabbalah,
Yeah.
can you give us like a quick rundown? Who was this Rebbe and why was this proclamation such a big deal?
Absolutely. So the Rebbe, he was super influential, known for his deep, deep understanding of Jewish tradition and prophecy. His declaration about the Messianic era, it was a game changer. Because according to him, it meant we're in a time of heightened spiritual awareness, a time where the material world and the divine, they're not so separate anymore. They even start to merge.
Whoa. Okay, that's pretty intense. And this article saying Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven reflects this whole idea.
Exactly. It sees the song as almost like a roadmap, charting this journey, from being focused on the material world to reaching a state of spiritual awakening.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention now.
Yeah.
So where does Stairway actually, fit into all of this?
Well, the article focuses on those iconic opening lines. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. It suggests this lady represents a state of galut, meaning exile.
So it's not just like being physically exiled from a place. It's more about a state of mind.
Exactly. It's about being completely fixated on material possessions, that all that glitters is gold mentality, Believing that stuff can buy you happiness or even, as the song says, a stairway to heaven. It's being disconnected from something deeper, a spiritual reality.
It's funny because, I think we've all been that lady at some point, right? Thinking the next purchase, the next achievement, that's the key to real fulfillment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a classic human tendency. But like the song says, that kind of thinking often just leads to disillusionment. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven. Right?
Oh, man, that I can relate to. Those aha moments when you realize the things you've been chasing, they're not what you thought they were.
Exactly. And the article, it ties those feelings to that shift in consciousness the Rebbe talked about happening in the Messianic era. It's about waking up to a deeper reality, sensing there's more to life than just, accumulating stuff.
So it's not just about us changing our thoughts, right? It's about the world itself actually changing, becoming like a reflection of the divine.
You're getting it. That's a key point here. The article argues that in this Messianic era, the material world, it's not seen as separate from the spiritual anymore. It's actually becoming like a vessel for expressing the divine.
Okay, hold on. So does that mean we should be seeing miracles on every street corner now?
Not necessarily, no. But the idea is that even the most ordinary things, they can be seen as expressions of a deeper reality if we look at them the right way, if we have that awareness.
Okay, so how does Stairway to Heaven actually connect to all of this?
Well, there's that line, and as we wind on down the road, our shadow's taller than our soul. It's a powerful image, right? About how when we're in that state of galut, that exile, the material world represented by the shadow, it seems to dominate our spiritual essence, our soul.
So in this Messianic era, does that dynamic flip? Does our soul become more prominent than the shadow?
Exactly. And the article suggests this transformation. It's already happening. The Rebbe believed we're not just, passively waiting for redemption. We're actually actively participating in it.
So what does that even look like? How do we actively participate in this merging of heaven and earth?
That's a great question. And it's one we'll definitely explore further. But the article suggests it's about recognizing the divine spark in everything, even the mundane. It's about turning everyday life into a platform for spiritual expression.
Wow. Okay. I'm definitely starting to see Stairway to Heaven in a whole new light now. So if this merging of heaven and earth is already happening, what's next? What should we be listening for in the song?
That's where it gets really interesting. The article highlights the importance of opening ourselves up to this transformation. It says we need to tune in, listen deeply, just like the song says, and if you listen very hard, the tune will come to you at last.
I've always loved that line.
Yeah.
But I never thought about it in that context before. What if we're just not tuned into the song of redemption yet?
That's a beautiful way to put it. And the article suggests that as we become more aware of this merging, we start to hear that song more clearly. We begin to see the world through a different lens, one that reveals the hidden harmony between, the material and the divine. And what's really cool is this song of redemption. It's not like some secret melody only a few people can hear. The Rebbe believed everyone can tap into this awareness, this merging of heaven and earth, everyone.
So it's not about being like some mystical elite. It's something we can all access.
Exactly. And the article even suggests that Stairway to Heaven, with all its symbolism and imagery, it can be a powerful tool to help us tune into this deeper reality.
Okay, but how do we actually do that? How do we go from just listening to a rock anthem to actually experiencing this transformation the Rebbe talked about?
Well, think about the structure of the song itself. It starts off in this place of darkness, confusion, that feeling of being lost in the material world. But as it goes on, it builds towards this crescendo, like a climax, where the music and the lyrics just break through to another level.
Yeah, that's definitely part of what makes Stairway to Heaven so epic, right? It's like this musical journey.
And that journey. The article says it mirrors our own potential journey from exile to redemption. It's about moving from that state of galut, where we're fixated on the material, to a state of spiritual awakening, where we recognize that divine spark within us and in everything around us.
So it's not just listening to the song passively, right? It's actively engaging with its message, the symbolism.
Exactly. It's recognizing that Stairway to Heaven isn't just a song. It's a reflection of our own potential for transformation.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, not everyone's going to have this like deep mystical experience just from listening to Led Zeppelin. What about the rest of us?
Well, the article really emphasizes this transformation. It's not a one-time thing. It's a process, It's about taking those insights from the song and applying them to our daily lives.
So it's about more than just having this cool listening experience. It's actually living these ideas.
Right. The Rebbe often talked about transforming the mundane into the miraculous. It's taking those everyday moments, the ordinary things we do, and infusing them with intention, awareness, maybe even a little bit of that Stairway to Heaven magic.
I like that. Transforming the mundane into the miraculous.
Mm.
Sounds a lot more doable than suddenly becoming some mystical guru.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. It's recognizing that the potential for spiritual growth, for connection, it's not out there somewhere. It's right here, right now, in the present moment, in the things we do every day.
So how do we actually put this into practice? What are some concrete ways we can start transforming the mundane into the miraculous?
Well, the article gives a few key ideas. One is paying attention, really being present in each moment. Remember that line. And if you listen very hard, the tune will come to you at last. It's not just about listening to the song. It's about listening to life itself with that same attentiveness.
So slowing down, being more mindful, not just rushing through life on autopilot.
Exactly. It's noticing the small things, appreciating the beauty around us, even in unexpected places. Like those hidden melodies in Stairway to Heaven, they only come out when you really listen closely.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. Finding those Stairway to Heaven moments in everyday life, those glimpses of something deeper, more meaningful.
Yeah, you got it. And the article suggests as we cultivate that awareness, those moments, they become more frequent, more intense. Like we're tuning our inner radio to that song of redemption, and the signal gets stronger, clearer over time.
Okay, I like that analogy a lot. But let's be real, life isn't always a beautiful melody. There's a lot of noise, a lot of dissonance out there. How do we deal with that?
That's where another key idea comes in, the importance of action. It's not enough to just passively listen for that song of redemption. We have to play our part in creating it.
So taking action, making a conscious effort to bring more harmony into the world.
Exactly. And that action can take so many forms. Simple acts of kindness, working for social justice, even just making a conscious effort to be more present, more loving in our relationships. It's recognizing we're not just observers in this whole symphony of redemption. We're active participants.
That's pretty empowering. Like we're not just waiting for something to happen, we're co-creating it.
Right. And the article suggests this is exactly what the Rebbe meant about the Messianic era. It's not about some distant future event. It's about actively building that world. Peace, harmony, spiritual awareness, right here, right now.
Wow, this is giving me chills. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Stairway to Heaven isn't just a song anymore. It's a call to action, a blueprint for creating a better world.
I love that. And the article hints that as we take those steps, as we participate in this process, we start seeing the world differently. Those glimpses of the divine, those moments of harmony and connection, they become more and more frequent.
So it's not about escaping the world, it's transforming it.
Yeah, exactly. And the transformation, it starts within each of us. It's about cultivating those qualities, love, compassion, awareness in our own lives and letting them radiate outwards.
This is all incredibly inspiring, but I got to admit, it's a lot to take in. Almost like we need, I don't know, a visual aid or something to help us really grasp this idea.
You're right. It is a big idea. And actually, the article does offer a powerful visual that perfectly captures this concept of heaven and earth merging together.
Okay, I'm all ears. What is it?
It comes from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 5. And the glory of God will be revealed, and all flesh will see it together.
Whoa, that's powerful. It really paints a picture of this universal awakening, this merging of the physical and spiritual. Yeah, that verse, it definitely gives me chills. Everyone, everywhere, just waking up to this, like, incredible revelation.
It's a powerful image, universal awareness, and it really gets to the heart of what the Rebbe is saying. We don't need to buy a stairway to heaven anymore because that separation between the physical and spiritual, it's fading away.
So that image from the song, the shadow being taller than the soul, it's reversed now. The soul's light is shining so bright it like illuminates everything.
You got it. And their article emphasizes this isn't some far-off event, this merging of heaven and earth based on the Ridda's teachings. It's an ongoing process, something we're all part of right now.
Okay, but how do we actually, live this idea of the Messianic age? Does it mean we should be expecting miracles on every street corner?
Another great question. It gets to the core of the Rebbe's message. It's not about waiting for some grand external event. It's about recognizing the potential for holiness in every moment, in every interaction.
So even just doing the dishes could be an act of revealing the divine. If we approach it with the right awareness, of course.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
The Rebbe often talked about transforming the mundane into the miraculous, understanding that even the most ordinary actions, they can be infused with spiritual meaning, if we approach them with intention and awareness.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. So instead of looking up to some distant heaven, we need to look around and see the potential for heaven right here on earth.
You nailed it. And Stairway to Heaven, with all its mystical imagery, those powerful lyrics, it becomes almost like a call to action, a reminder to tune in, to listen deeply, and participate in this incredible unfolding of redemption that's happening all around us.
Wow, this has been, honestly, a mind-bending deep dive. I think I need to go listen to Stairway to Heaven again, right now.
Yeah.
But this time I'll be listening for so much more than just the music.
I know I will too. And I encourage all our listeners to do the same. Listen with fresh ears, open hearts, and see if you can hear that song of redemption echoing through those lyrics.
And then maybe even more importantly, look for those echoes in your own lives. Where do you see glimpses of that merging of heaven and earth? What can you do to bring more light, more awareness, more compassion into the world?
Those are the questions that really matter. Because ultimately, the Messianic age, it's not something that just happens to us. It's something we create together through our choices, our actions, and our belief in the power of good to transform the world.
That's a beautiful thought to end on. Deep Divers, thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep listening for that song of redemption. Who knows, you might just find yourself humming along